Sales is not a dirty word. Sales is not just for used car salesmen. Sales is something that every woman of color who wants to build more wealth, who wants to have more freedom, who wants to actually build a company that they can pass down for generations has to be able to do. Hi, my name is Dielle. I used to be a social worker. Now I am the founder of For the 23%. 23% of business owners are women of color, and we're here to grow that number. And today I want to talk about sales mindset. I'm currently in Austin, Texas. I'm visiting some of my entrepreneurship friends who all make millions of dollars. They're all women of color. And I was just thinking so much about how we've had to think differently about sales. And like I said, I used to be a social worker. So I used to literally make $2,500 a month. I would take the bus to my 9-to-5 job because I could not afford gas. I could not afford a nice car. I didn't want to pay for maintenance or oil changes on my car. And I was beholden to my 9-to-5 job. I thought that I would just have to stay at my 9-to-5 job for the rest of my life. And that was the only way that I can make money to pay down my 6 figures of student loan debt, to actually afford a small house in North Carolina. All of those things were beholden on my 9-to-5 job, and I just felt stuck until I learned about the concept of becoming an entrepreneur. But then I had another freak out. I was like, wait a minute. I'm going to have to sell. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to have to sell something in order to become an entrepreneur. I'm not going to be waiting for a check. And that concept freaked me out. I was like, I don't want to be sleazy. I don't want to look desperate. I don't want to look like an MLM. I don't want to look like I'm begging people to buy my thing. I want to look strong. I want to have my stuff together, and I want people to come to me. I want people to just ask about my services, ask about my products, ask about the things that I'm doing. And I had to realize, in order to make my very first sale, there was a lot that I needed to change with my mindset. I needed to view sales differently. So I'm going to walk you through the 5 things that have helped me make millions and millions of dollars of sales, almost $5 million of sales. You heard that correctly, $5 million. I've been in business for 6 years, and these are the things that have made me millions of dollars once I changed my sales mindset. Number 1, sales is literally service. I want you to think about your engagement ring, the house that you have, the current car that you have, the college that you went to. Someone sold you on that experience, and you had a positive experience, and that person helped you make a decision. That's all sales is helping people make decisions over the things they already want. So I remember when I was shopping for my engagement ring, we went to the drawer, and he was like, what type of ring do you want? He showed me all the different types. He showed me the cut and the colors, and we designed the ring together. The whole time he was selling me, even though it didn't feel like it, because it was something that I wanted. You will always be in business. You will always make sales if you're selling things that people already want. And then you're just facilitating a conversation. You're showing them their options and how they can achieve their result. So sales is not pushing something on someone. Sales is not pitching things. Pitching is where you unsolicit yourself to other people, versus sales is where people can actually come to you. So I went into the jewelry store on our own free will, and I talked to the sales representative. That's what happens in your own business too. So I want you to think about any product or any service. Think about a foot cream. Think about your red velvet cake that you want to sell. Think about jewelry. Think about anything. A house, you're a real estate agent, whatever it is, you can feel good about sales because it's always something that they want when people come to you. Now you might be asking yourself, okay, how will people actually come to me? I have a training here all about how to build an audience, how to get people to actually knock on your door. You can watch the video here to learn more. So remember that sales is always service, and people actually want to be sold to. Number 2, sales is just about figuring out what problem is most important to people. There's 3 main problems that people face no matter what you sell, and you want to figure out the most important problem that you're solving. So say you have a foot cream. You could sell that foot cream and say, this is the most beautiful foot cream in the world. Or you could say, this foot cream is going to help the bunions on the side of your foot. This foot cream is great if you're wearing high heels and your feet hurt with heels. You want to be thinking about what problem are you solving. So a lot of entrepreneurs are just going to say, buy my thing, versus, hey, this product service is going to be solving X problem. For me, when I first became a coach, I was a life coach from my background as a social worker. So I wasn't just selling life coaching services. I was actually selling, hey, I'm going to help you goal set. Hey, I'm gonna help you manage your money better. Hey, I'm gonna help you become an ambitious woman. I was selling a problem and my service was a solution. Number 3, and this is one of my favorite things to talk about, objections are just questions. And so say you're on a sales call with someone, or say you're having a sales conversation, or someone emails you or someone DMs you and they don't buy right away, they give you an objection. They might say, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, will this work for me? And so many people get so frustrated or they get so offended at objections, when how I view objections are they're just questions. When someone's paying $20 or $200 or $2,000, they get to ask their question. It's okay if they ask a question. Again, so many entrepreneurs are offended at why am I even getting questions? Instead, you just want to answer them. So my favorite way to address sales objections is asking a question back to them. So if someone says, I don't know if this is for me, instead of saying, here's all the reasons why it's for you, instead ask them a question. Say, well, what makes you think that this wouldn't be for you? Or how are you different from our normal customer base? Get more curious on what's going on with them and why they want to alienate themselves or why they think they're a special snowflake. And then that's how you start to overcome more objections. So address what they're saying by getting more information, and you'll start to get more yeses and more conversions. Number 4, and I think this is also one of my favorite things, you will never run out of people to sell to. So many people are worried, oh my gosh, what if I don't have enough customers? What if I don't have enough clients? And I always say BS. BS, because there are so many people on this earth. There are so many people in this world. You can 100% find someone to sell. I was just talking to one of my clients and one of my friends, and she recently crossed the $1 million mark, and she realized in her launches and in her enrollments for her service that she had to sign 60 people per enrollment to hit her goal. And she first thought that was so big, like that was such a big number, like how is she gonna find 60 people? But then she realizes that she can find 60 people every single month, every single quarter, every single week. There's more than enough people going around, especially if you put your business online. So you can 100% always find your next customer or client. In order to make 6 figures, in order to make 7 figures, literally do the math and see how many people you need to hit those goals. 9 times out of 10, it's less than 1,000 or it's less than 10,000. And there's millions, hundreds of millions of people in this world. You can definitely find someone to sell to. And then the 5th sales mindset tool is realizing that sales is within your control. So if you're getting no's, if you're getting ghosted, if people aren't replying to you, or if they're interested and then they stop being interested, or you think you're running out of people, all the things we talked about today, I want you to realize that sales is within your control, and that's a good thing. When you're working your 9-to-5 job, you can be cut at any minute. You could be fired at any minute, but not when you have your own business, not in sales. If someone says no, if 100 people say no to you, 1 person will say yes. A lot of sales often is just a math game. It's just how many no's can you get, and then you'll eventually get the yes. And that doesn't mean that people are literally saying no to you on the phone or in your face, but that can mean if you make a social media post and 20 people saw it and only 1 person reaches out, that 1 person is all you need to eventually start to build wealth and have more freedom. So focusing on sales, on what can you control? You can control how many social media posts you make. You can control how often you grow your audience. You can control who knows about you and what opportunities are you putting yourself in. It's one of the best things to feel in control over the money that you're bringing in. And sales is just a skill. You can get better with your sales calls. You can get better with your social media content. You can get better with your messaging and your positioning of your product or service. You can get better. It's within your control. And again, I'm a social worker. I was not supposed to learn any of this stuff, right? And if I was able to learn it, you can certainly learn it too. I hope you enjoyed this lesson on sales, and I will see you in the next video.